Nathan Shafer, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good, Jim. How are you?
I'm living the dream. It's so great to have you here, our HVAC expert. Hey, this time of year, we're all trying to save some money. We're always trying to, but especially this time of year, people are trying to save money after holidays. The questions come into the radio program that's perfect for you. That's why I wanted to have you here on the program. How can I lower my heating bill this month? Hmm. How can people lower their heating bill in the wintertime?
Yeah. Well, so a couple things. I mean, one would be initially, I know we this comes up a lot and a lot of questions asked, but it's definitely the overall care of the system, right? Has it been properly maintained and serviced from day one? Oftentimes, people will say, "Well, I just bought a new system, or it's only 3 years old," and they in the maintenance side, they're like, "Well, it's okay, it's all under warranty, no need to do that." But in reality, systems are getting more and more expensive. And so whether you're needing to replace or you just replaced, like it's not a cheap investment. It's typically something that most of us only do once or twice in a lifetime, right? It's not something that we're going out and we're buying a new car every so often or whatever, we get that new look and things like it's the HVAC system. It's not as fun. So we want to protect that investment is why I say that. And maintenance, just like you would your car and changing the oil or anything else, is something that you want to do from the very, very beginning to keep that system running at factory fresh conditions. Just like anything, just like you and I, Jim, over time, we become a little less efficient. We get some wear and tear. We're not moving quite as quickly. We need a little bit more sleep, whatever the case may be. Our HVAC systems are the same. So even if we properly and effectively keep those clean in that factory fresh conditions, they're still going to go down in efficiency over time, which we're going to see that in our utility bill. However, if we don't take those steps and we don't have them professionally serviced and cleaned, biannually, then we're going to see that drop way faster. So that's going to be probably one of the number one things as far as for helping reduce that utility cost. A couple other things that's going to play an effect to that is still on the airflow side of things. Is do we have properly sized ductwork? If we do not have properly sized ductwork, that system is not going to be able to run at its peak efficiency. So once again, you may have a 15-year-old system and it was great efficiency back then, right? And or you may have a brand new system, but if we don't have the properly sized ductwork, you may not be getting out of it what you think you are or should be. And so just because it's a high SEER or high efficiency system, if the system is not properly breathing, meaning we don't have enough ductwork feeding it and or allowing air to leave it, you're not going to get that back out of that system, and that can really, really affect you. Which is one of the major reasons why in every system that we design, size, and install, we guarantee a 25% utility savings, and a lot of that ties back into obviously doing manual J's and proper load calcs to get the right size of system. But a big portion of that, it all comes back to airflow. If we can't balance and have that system breathing properly, that guarantee would never be able to happen. And so because of that, we're able to do that over and over again. And oftentimes clients see 30, 40, 50% savings. And so that would be another big one. Another common one would be is, I think the common perception or belief, and you'll see this on the news and different places posted is, hey, if you're not home, why heat it?
Mm.
They kinda lead with that, and it's like, "Hey, when you're not there, turn the thermostat back," is what they're saying. If you're gonna be gone for the day, turn it back to 65 or 60. When you get home, turn it back up, and so but in reality, that's much, much harder for your system. A couple degrees, I get it, I like a little bit cooler when I sleep or whatever, not gonna be a huge deal, but when you start doing big setbacks, naturally, we think that's saving us because 'cause we're not gonna have to heat it, maybe for that 8 or 10 hours or 12 hours while we're gone. However, in the grand scheme of things, that system has to work that much harder now and run at full throttle to not just heat the air in the home, but all the objects, the walls, the furniture, the space, like, everything absorbs that heat. It's a heat sink. Now it's gotta work a lot harder to warm all of that back up, and now it's gonna run for maybe hours on end to heat back up, which is now driving that utility bill back up again. So those would probably be 3 of the top 3, I guess, that comes to mind initially on, "Hey, how do I reduce that heating bill?"
I have one that may not actually be relevant, but it's a thought.
Yeah.
A smart thermostat, these things are really, really smart today. And not only can you set them to go up and down when you want them to, but they kind of begin to understand your patterns. Could that ultimately over time save money?
Absolutely, 100%, and with that, We actually have a new state-of-the-art thermostat that we're using. I've been using that for the past year to where we actually take and it has all the features and benefits of a regular programmable smart thermostat to where it learns that for the customer, and they can monitor from their phone, and they can view that. But then it also too, we monitor that system 24/7
Mm.
internally through our system. So we're watching how that system runs, how it operates. It alerts us when there's peaks, and so oftentimes we can know ahead of time before something actually breaks down, like, wow, why is this now all of a sudden running longer run times? We can actually even compare that then to other systems, both just like when you go to the doctor, they keep your records on you, right? And they see how things are going from year to year to year. This gives us real time data on the back end to know ahead of time when we see these inefficiencies happening, not only compared to your house and just your system, but also to all the thousands of houses that we have those in this given area, right? That we serve, and we can see, hey, for whatever reason, let's get there and check that out. This one's running X amount of hours more or more time. It's running harder. Let's see if we can make this more efficient, reduce those run hours, therefore either A, prevent a repair from happening, and or B, run less to help lower that utility bill. But that's all done through that smart thermostat.
Yeah, they're amazing. I use smart
Absolutely.
thermostats in my home and it's great. And mine's not even a new one. Mine I've had for a long time and I found great use, especially when I'm out of town or away from the home. I know
Mhm.
if it's on, I can change the thermostat. I can turn it off and on if I had to. But what you guys have is great because for Schaefer to be able to monitor it from their headquarters, more peace of mind. That's awesome.
Absolutely, absolutely. It makes it super simple, when they have a need, just logging into mine right now, my home. And if I have a need and I see that and it's down, they can simply text us or message us right from their app and book the appointment. So once again, just making it simpler and simpler, right? And just total peace of mind to where they don't, as the client, you don't have to worry about that. And knowing that, hey, we're watching that for you and we've got your back. So less surprises.
Absolutely. Nathan, thank you so much from Shafer Heating and Cooling. All of Nathan's information is located in the description of this podcast. We'll see you next time, my friend.
All right. We'll see you later, Jim. Thank you.